All right, Coach Keppel, Henderson came into town this week, and New Riders picked up their second loss of the year. Let's talk about the game.
Well, obviously, if you're the average fan at the game Saturday night, you saw one heck of a college football game. I can tell you that was two good football teams on the field right there. Anybody that saw it any different, they don't know a lot about football. I can tell you that right now. Henderson's a very impressive football team. Very impressive in their ability to throw and catch the football like they can, which you saw on display Saturday night. But at the same time, we did a pretty nice job ourselves throwing and catching the football. We threw for over 400 yards against them. It's up and down, back and forth. We gave them a touchdown on an interception, but they gave us a touchdown on a fumble, so that kind of offset each other. The fumble we had on the 1 yard line going in, that was definitely a dagger. But overall, great performance by both teams. One thing I told the team after the game, I told them all I couldn't be more proud of our football team and the way we played. Played to the very bitter end. Still fighting. Thought we had that first onside kick, and got caught by a rule that's new this year. But it couldn't have been a better contest. Obviously disappointed we lost, but it wasn't like we lost to someone that wasn't very good either.
That's right. You lost to what is now the number 8 team in the country. They were number 9 in the country when you played them on Saturday. Talk about things you learned from the game.
Well, the first thing I learned is we're a pretty good football team. I know as you look at the game, you can say basically, this team's got a lot of character. They got a lot of fight in them. I think that we've displayed that during the course of the year, not giving up in games that we got behind and came back and won games. But it'd been very easy for us to, really give that one up and give it up in a big way. This is a team came in here averaging 55 points a game. I mean, that's a crazy number. And you see a little bit more of that in college football this day and time with what people are doing offensively, but 55 points is a lot of points on anybody. And, they couldn't do that on us. Obviously, 44, they got close, but again, we gave them 7 of those. So, I thought our defense, we bent, but we did not break very often. Held them to 3 occasions to field goals. Now, this was a team that we had saw score 70 points on UAM, score 70 points, have Arkansas Tech down over 50 at halftime. So we knew we had our hands full. But what we've learned out of this football game is we got a really good football team. It's something that, I told our guys they should be proud of. Nobody should have left that locker room Saturday night with their head down, crying or anything like that, because we played a heck of a football game and played a heck of a team. And if you're a Mule Rider fan out there and you see it any different, I'm sorry, but you should be proud of our players and the effort they gave and where we've come as a football program. Anybody looks at how far we've come as a football program, and I've had a lot of communication from coaches since Saturday night. Coaches texting me, coach from Texas High, the coach from Camden, coaches around, another one from Texarkana that just are very, very complimentary of our team and our program and how far we've come. And we got that from Henderson's coaches after the game. Which is somewhat unusual at times for coaches to talk like that after a game. But it was a great college football game. Of course, we wanted to win. I know the more games we get in that, we're getting closer. And you've got to be able to play in a few big games to ever learn how to win a big game. We're just now getting in big games, and we got another one this week.
All right, who stood out for you this week on the field?
You start naming names, you're going to leave somebody out. But, as you go back and watch the film, our quarterback played a really, really good football game. That was 2 quarterbacks you saw Saturday that there'd be a lot of Division I schools like to have either one of them. They were both very impressive. I thought Tyler played a great game Saturday. We had some really young receivers step up and play really well. Nate Pickett, Chris Terry, guys that had not been getting a lot of playing time that stepped up in a big way and make big catches in that game. I thought Paul Walker Hall really stepped up and had a big game for us. Ralph Thomas caught a lot of balls, really made some big catches in the game, went down in the game, which in the third quarter, which was a negative for us. Mark Johnson did not get to play, so Carlos Brown stepped in and really did a nice job, had 90-something yards rushing in the game. So there's a guy that stepped up in a big way in a position he hadn't been playing a whole lot of. You look at us on the defensive side of the football, and our defensive line just continues to get better. Our linebackers have been solid all year. Secondary, they were tested to the max Saturday night, and there was a lot of positives out there. Even though they caught a lot of balls, there were still a lot of positive things going on. There's so many guys you could point out. I could go down the roster, but again, so proud of our team. So proud of how far we've come. Talking to our seniors after that game, talking to them about no reason to walk out of this locker room with your head down. We should be proud of our effort. And just talking to some of those seniors in front of the rest of our squad, they know where we've been. They know where we were when they got here. And to be where we are now, we're knocking on the door of greatness here. We're knocking on the door. Now, we ain't got through it yet. But we're knocking on the door, and now all we got to do is get through that door, and we're right at it. And so that's very encouraging for me. It should be encouraging for our underclassmen too.
All right, so we continue the schedule this week. 2 games left on the road to Ouachita this week. Talk about what you expect with the Ouachita game.
Well, Ouachita, they're a team that's been ranked. They started off very strong this year. I think you could say some of it had to do with their schedule and the way it was set up. Obviously, they played Harding a couple weeks ago and got beat. They went over to East Central this last weekend and got beat, so they're coming off at 2 losses, not feeling really good about themselves. Probably thinking, we're coming back home, we're going to get well this week. Southern Arkansas is coming in. We got to win this game if they want to finish their season the right way. We're feeling the same way. We got to go win this game. I want to finish this thing 8-2. 8-2 is in anybody's book is a great year, and so it makes for a really interesting contest. They've had some issues quarterback-wise. They lost their starting quarterback the first game of the year for the year. Had another young man come in. He's fought through some shoulder surgery, and they basically had to take a wide receiver, put him at quarterback. He'd played quarterback in high school, but it'd been a while. So they really have fought through some adversity themselves. And when you get down to game 9 and 10 of the year, in college football, that's where you're at. You're fighting who can stay well, who's got the most injuries to key guys, and we've got our fair share of them. Right now, Raphael Thomas could be doubtful for Saturday's game. Obviously Josh Profit hadn't played for us the whole year, and Montel Hardeman's not on our team anymore. There's 3 guys that were key receivers for us that are not in our receiving corps right now. So our younger guys have got to step up. Mark Johnson, I'm hoping he'll be back this week. But we'll find that as the week goes on. But if he's not, Carlos Brown will be ready, A.J. Jones will be ready, and Devon Alexander, they'll all be ready to play. And that's what you get at this point in time. Do you have enough depth on your football team? And do those guys in depth roles step up for you? And that's what we got to see. That's what's got to happen for us.
All right, Coach Campbell, we look forward to the game on Saturday.
Should be a great one.
Talk to you again next week.
Okay, thanks.